Hi everybody, good afternoon and welcome back to Chair Yoga with Anna. Thank you for those joining us in studio and welcome to all of you streaming live or playback later. I hope today to get you into a little meditative state. As I talked about in my blog, we all struggle with the monkey mind. It's just a part of who we are, right? So again, welcome to our PCS&M tribe. Chair Yoga with Anna is brought to you by the People's Congregation of Shakers and Movers. All right, so we're going to begin by grounding in. I'm just doing a little bit of a meditation here. So what I'll say is that in my experience with learning how to meditate, I wrote about starting with about 5 minutes, and I would put a timer on. So it's just really important, I feel, to come into these moments of stillness. It's in these moments of stillness where our intuition kicks in, our intuition grows, and we connect with our divine. And there's no way that I'll say this, the divine speaks louder in stillness. So when we have all this noise going on, it's really hard for the divine to filter through because everything else is blocking it out. So what we're going to do is we become channels. So let's become those vessels that we are of energy and channel the divine in by closing our eyes or softening the gaze. And we are all capable of doing this. And for whatever you would like to bring into your practice today, whether it's palms down to ground, palms up to receive, or in a Gyan mudra with the index fingers and thumbs touching, is according to what you want to bring into your practice today. So we'll settle in and begin to connect with our breath, forgetting about everything that brought you here up to this point. Now you'll hear some silence, and that's okay. Sometimes it's nice to do with music, but silence will be our music today. So as you begin to connect with your breath, just notice the sensations of the breath coming in and out the nose. Cool as it comes in through the nostrils. Warm as it leaves the nostrils. And notice where your gaze is. If your eyes are closed, maybe you can guide your eyes behind the cheekbones. Or you can guide your eyes up to your third eye, which is just between the brows. Now, there are no rules here. You can take your gaze behind the cheekbones when it might get a little uncomfortable. You can take the gaze up to your third eye when it becomes a little uncomfortable. It's okay to shift the focus, but you can always come back to your breath. And begin to inhale deeply into the belly, lengthening the breath. And exhale, letting all the breath out. Lengthening the inhale, grounding you in, and lengthening the exhales, melting into your seat. If you're lying down, feeling very supported by Mother Earth. If you're sitting down, feeling the support of Mother Earth as she supports you in the chair. As you exhale, let your shoulders soften. And there's nothing really to notice here other than what you see on that blank screen. Meditation is another way of seeing. Continue to focus on your breath. As you exhale, letting everything go. We're on the edge of a shore. Calm blue waters lightly rippling on the edge of the shore. Your toes may be touching the water with the ebb and flow. You can see the horizon. You feel vast and expansive. Bring your awareness to your heart. Connect your breath into your heart. As you exhale, letting the breath lead you to a place of unknown. You are safe. You are courageous. And you are meant to be here. Take in the colors, the blueness of the water, the light brown sand, the silver foam along the waves, the colors of the horizon. Take in the vastness that you are. Embrace it and bring it into your heart. We are meant to be here, now, together. I'm going to invite you to bring your hands to heart center. Thumbs touch the sternum. Taking another breath in, lifting through the crown. Feeling the powerful beat of your heart. Now we're all going to join in and come in together. Take a deep breath in and out. And swallow at the back of your throat. You can begin to flutter your eyes open. And on the next breath, let's bring our palms up above our heads. Palms pressed firmly. Exhale, flip the palms, press everything away. Inhale, let your palms rise. Exhale, bring the palms together at heart center. Inhale, let your palms rise. Exhale, flip the palms, bring the arms down. Beautiful. Let's bring that left arm over the left ear. Reach through the fingertips, and then exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, right arm over the right ear. And exhale, bring it back down. Beautiful. Let's inhale, arms come up. And exhale, let's bring them to shoulder height. From here, let's give ourselves a hug, any arm underneath or above. Feel your heart. Let's inhale, expand. Exhale, do the other arm. And if you don't remember, that's okay. Inhale and exhale. Let's bring the arms down. Beautiful. Let's bring the left ear to the left shoulder. So you got a little taste of a meditation there to prepare you for a little asana and a little movement. Let's bring the head back to center and then right ear to the right shoulder. That was just a little taste. And I can see the smiles in studio, and that was really nice. Come back to center, take the gaze over to the left. Come back to center, take the gaze over to the right. And then come back to center. From here, let's get into our feet. Inhale, bring the heels up. Press into the toes. Pull the navel in, activate the core. And then bring the heels down, lift the toes. Continue to activate the core by pulling the navel in. Toes come down, bring the heels up. And then heels melt down, toes rise. Relax the toes, bring the heels up again. And then this time, as we lower the heels, lift the toes and spread the toes. You could even wiggle them if you want. And then place them down, spread. So spreading the toes just gives you a little extra grip there. And then we'll pick up the pencil with our toes, just imagining we're picking up a little pencil and getting into our toes. We're going to open up the tops of the feet just after we get into our ankle circle. So we'll relax the feet here, extend that left foot, and begin to rotate the ankle. Any direction, we'll get to both. You can rotate the opposite direction. And then we're going to bring that leg in and place our foot on the top. Connect the top of the foot to the ground. So just gently placing a little pressure on the top of the foot, and then maybe you could do a little rock and roll back and forth from the pinky to the big toe. And then let's extend that foot out, shake it out. Bring that leg back in and extend the right leg out and begin the ankle circles there. Any direction and getting to both. And then we're going to bring that leg in, gently place the top of the foot onto the ground or your mat, and gently rock and roll back and forth gently and mindfully, just noticing the sensations when you move the foot from the pinky to the toe, from the toe to the pinky. So you're kind of giving the top of the foot a little massage here, and that's how it's opening up. So we're opening up the fascia of the foot. All right. So just a side note in getting a little bit more into the fascia, I haven't done it here yet. Maybe we can plan for it, but we can open up the bottom of the foot a little bit more by using balls and rolling our feet on balls. So maybe sometime in the near future, I'll bring some balls in and I'll show you guys how you can do that to get into the foot a little bit more. All right, so let's take a breath here. Bring the arms up over the head and exhale. Let's relax the arms. Bring the arms underneath that left thigh. Bring that knee towards the chest. Flex here and point the foot and give it a little rotation. And release. Let's take another breath. Float the arms down on the exhale over to the right thigh underneath. Bring that thigh, that knee towards the chest and flex, point, and rotate. And release here. Beautiful. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, let it all go. Roll the shoulders. All right, let's get into our hips. I'm going to place my thumbs right in the crease, and I'm going to gently press down. At the same time, I'm going to lengthen through the crown. So I'm inhaling here, and on the exhale, I'm going to begin to rotate my torso around the pelvic bowl. So we're giving ourselves another little massage, another way to move the body. So literally here, getting into those hip flexors as well as the hip rotates posteriorly and anteriorly while we do this. So we're getting a nice wide range of movement here. Come back to center and I'll meet you there. Take an inhale and lengthen. And then we go the opposite direction. Syncing the breath with the movement. All right, and let's come back to center here. Let's take a breath. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, let it go. Arms come down to the left thigh. Bring that knee towards the chest. You can do a little wiggle here of the foot if that feels good. And let it go. Loosen it up. Take another breath. Float the arms down to the other leg underneath the thigh. Bring that right knee towards the chest. And then release. Beautiful. All right, hands on the lap. And we're going to get into a cat-cow. So on the inhale, we're going to press the chest forward. Bring the shoulders away from the ears and take the gaze up. On the exhale, we're going to bring the chin towards the chest, rounding the spine, coming into cat pose. Inhale, lead with the heart. Take the heart forward and the gaze up. Exhale, bring the chin towards the chest, rounding the spine. Inhale, feel your chest broaden as you press forward. Exhale, bring the chin towards the chest, rounding the spine. Feel that stretch in the back. Inhale, chest broadens forward and up. Exhale, bring the chin to chest, rounding the spine. All right, so move here back and forth at your own pace, syncing the breath. Like about 2 more rounds of breath. And then come back to center with me. And I will be here when you're ready. It feels so good to move that spine. Beautiful. All right, so from here, let's roll the shoulders. And then once again, let's bring that left ear to the left shoulder. Bring it back to center, right ear towards the right shoulder. And then let's bring the nose towards the right shoulder. And then let that nose travel across the chest and come up to the other side. Let's repeat. Let's inhale, bring the nose down, across and up on the right side. And then we're going to repeat once more. Coming up to the left side, and then we're going to come back to center. All right. From here, let's inhale our arms up. Let's bring our hands behind our head, interlace the fingers, gently press into your palms. Take an in-breath and exhale it all out. On the next breath, expand the elbows out. Broaden the chest here. Exhale, bring the elbows closer together. Inhale, expanding. And exhale, bringing them closer together, opening up the backs of the shoulders and the front. One more. And then expand out. And then let's release the hands. Float them back down. Roll the shoulders forward. All right, first forward fold. Inhale, arms come up. Let's take a look at the palms. Reach back for a little micro back bend here. And on the exhale, let's flip the palms. Let's swan dive down. Coming down towards the lap here. Loosen the neck. Maybe taking the gaze over to the right and to the left. Taking a nod if that feels good. Loosening the arms and letting them just drape. Maybe grabbing elbow to elbow if that feels good, or even grabbing bicep to bicep and resting the forehead on the forearms. All right, take one more round of breath here. And on the exhale, release, bring the hands to the shins. Inhale, raise the chest up. Take the gaze just about a foot in front of your feet. Bring the shoulders back for a nice flat back. Slightly tuck the chin to keep the neck and spine aligned. Place the hands on the lap on the next breath and come all the way back up to seated. Beautiful. Let's take that left shoulder back. Take the gaze with it. Then bring the shoulder back, come back to center, take that right shoulder back, take the gaze with it. And then come back to center, beautiful. Let's take that left knee towards the chest. This time, give it a hug, see if you can wrap your hands around the knee, interlace the fingers, and then gently guide that knee towards the shoulder. So if that doesn't feel good, just leave your hands where they are, just supporting the thigh and gently bringing it up towards the chest. Doesn't even have to go very high at all. And then let's release. Other side. Supporting the thigh. So you're in the posture here, which is considered a lunge in a chair. So it's okay to keep the leg low if that feels good to you, and this raising it higher doesn't feel good. And then if it feels good to embrace the knee here, interlacing the fingers around it, guide that knee towards the right shoulder. And then let's release. All right. Inhale, arms rise. Look up at the palms and let's reach back. Exhale, flip the palms. Let's swan dive down, hinging at the hips. Release the neck here. Place the hands on the shins for your next breath. And then gently coming back to seated, hands on the lap, elbows nice and close to the body. Beautiful. All right, let's stand and come behind the chair. I'm just going to move the chair a little bit, and we're going to get into our downward facing dog. So we're going to feel that stretch on the back from the shoulders all the way down to the base of the spine. And we're going to place our hands on the back of the chair, take a few steps back. Continue to keep your feet about hip distance apart. We're going to begin to shift the hips back. Ears are going to come parallel to our biceps just as much as it feels comfortable. All right, so here we are making a beautiful L shape. You can soften the knees here as much as it feels comfortable. Extend your arms forward. And then gently guide the arms back, the shoulders into their sockets. So from here, reaching forward extends the arms and pulls the shoulders out of their sockets. What we're doing here is bringing the arms back and the shoulders back into their sockets. So if you see a little movement here, when I reach forward and I shift my hips back, then I adjust and bring my shoulders back in away from my ears. So you can have your palms face together, or you can hold on to the back of the chair, or you can just rest the wrist on top of the back of the chair, just reaching forward. Continue to breathe normally. Feel the extension of the upper back, mid back, lower back as you simultaneously extend forward and shift the hips back. And then from here, grab onto the back of the chair. We're going to bend the knees here and hover. So a little bear pose here. So we're bringing the hips down a little bit as we bend the knees. And then gently raise the hips back up And we're going to come back behind the chair. Beautiful. Let's take our feet a little bit wider, and we're going to pivot our feet outward. So toes point out, heels point in. We're going to take a little dip with our hips. Okay, and if it feels okay to you, just a little sway back and forth going into a goddess pose. If it feels comfortable and you have your balance, you can bring your hands to heart center. And if you're a gentleman doing this, you are tapping into your divine feminine. All right, from here, let's ground the feet in, gently lift. Nice, and then from here, let's exhale, come back down. So playing with a little balance here, gently lift on the inhale. And exhale, bending the knees, lowering the hips. All right, from here, extend back up. We're going to pivot that left foot forward, pivot the right heel so the foot is straight. So we're going to get into a little warrior pose here, bending that left knee. We're going to float the arms up, shoulder height. So let that front knee stack over the ankle. Anchor points here are that front big toe really grounds in, and that back outer edge of that back foot grounds in as well, activating that back leg. Beautiful. From here, we're going to flip the palm of the left hand. Gently drop that right arm, bring that left arm over the left ear. Maybe that right arm can go behind you. And then gently come back to warrior two. Beautiful. We're going to flip the palm again, going into reverse warrior. Bring that right arm behind you, reach through the left fingertips, and then gently come back to warrior two. One more time, flip the palm of the left hand, gently guide it over the left ear. Maybe that right arm comes behind you, and then we reach out and come back to warrior two. From here, let's float the arms down to our waist. We're going to extend that front leg. And from here, take an inhale and lengthen. Pivot the hips to the right. And then we're going to take a gentle lean towards the left, going into a modified triangle here. Release the hands if you feel comfortable doing this, or you can hold on to the chair. We're going to open up our arms, going into a reverse modified triangle. All right, so we're going to ground the feet here. You can soften the knees a little bit. Okay, so slowly come up, a little balancing here. Let's float our arms back down to our waist. We're going to pivot that left foot parallel, and then we're going to pivot the right foot so that the right heel aligns with the instep of the left foot. So bending that right knee to stack over the ankle. And our hips are facing the back of the chair here. So they're square. We're going to float our arms up, creating that beautiful warrior two shape. Gaze is over the right fingertips. Take a breath here. Let's flip the palm of the right. Gently float that arm over the right ear. Maybe bring that left arm behind you. Just noticing how it feels for you. And then gently coming back to warrior two. Soften the shoulders. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Maybe kind of shift back and forth to feel where the shoulders are. Let's go into reverse warrior, flipping the palm of the right arm. Left arm floats down. Maybe it bends behind your lower back. Let's reach back to warrior two, and we have one more to go. Flip the palm of the right, going back one more time. You got this. Beautiful. Let's extend out. Float the arms to the hips. You got this. Beautiful. Let's inhale, extend through the crown. Nice. I love it. All right. So we're going to extend that front leg. As we're lengthening, gently pivot the hips towards the left side of the room. And then we're going to take that lean to the right side. And from here, we're going to open up our arms and coming to a modified triangle on the other side. Just taking a breath. Noticing the core here, supporting you, and then gently, we're going to come back to center. Bring the hands back to your waist, and then let's pivot that foot. Wow, we did a lot. That's a lot of work. Let's bring our feet back. Let's go into another downward facing dog because it feels so good. Parallel the feet. Reach the arms forward on the back of the chair. Shift the hips back. Nice, beautiful, full back stretch. And then gently, let's walk back up to the back of the chair. Beautiful. Let's inhale. Arms come up. Exhale. Let's take the awareness to our feet. Adjust our stance to realign ourselves. Toes point forward. Heels behind the toes. Mountain pose. Shoulders are away from the ears. Feet are nice and grounded. Instep comes up just as the quads begin to activate, subtly feeling the glutes slide down. Chest is up and open, very broad, creating space to breathe. Feel that golden rope at the top of the crown connecting you to the heavens. You feel fully grounded. Beautiful. Let's inhale here. Bring the arms up. Interlace the fingers. Release the pointer finger. Inhale, lengthen, pull the navel in. We're going to take a lean over to the left, making a beautiful crescent shape. Gently press those hips towards the right side of the room. Beautiful, Kristen. Let's bring that left shoulder forward. Beautiful. One more breath. And gently come back up. That's hard work. Nice job, everyone. Release the hands. Shake it out. We're going to get to the other side. And then you can also loosen up the legs. Yes, a little shake. All right, let's inhale. Arms come up. Interlace the fingers. Release the pointer finger. Lengthen through the pointer finger and then take that lean over to the right side. Shift the left hips towards the left side of the room. Bring that right shoulder forward. Pull the navel in. Beautiful. Take another breath. Lengthen through the fingertip and then gently come back to center. Nice job, everyone. Release the arms. Shake it out. You can shake the legs out too. All right. Third part of crescent moon here. We're going to bring the hands to our lower back. Supporting our little, we're going to tilt the hips forward. So we're supporting our lower back by placing our arms, our hands, palms there. Take an inhale and lengthen through the crown here. Ground the feet in. And then we're going to press the hips forward. Shoulders away from the ears. And then if you feel comfortable letting your head drop here, you can gently take the gaze up. Releasing. The more you relax, the more gravity helps take you back. Pressing the hips forward. Grounding your feet in so your legs are nice and active. And then gently, slowly begin to lift the chest back up. Coming back to standing. Nice work, everyone. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, let it all go. Beautiful. All right, so let's shake it over to the left and the right. Letting our arms loose. Don't hit the chair just like I just did. So just making sure you have enough space to move. And then let's reach. We're going to reach to the right and to the left, lifting the opposite heel. Nice. And then let's relax the arms, come back to center. All right, doing a little balance here. We're going to we're going to bounce in place, kind of just letting our body relax and bounce in place to connect with the pads of our feet. And then if you need the chair, we're going to just do a little balance here by lifting the toes. Lifting the heels and coming onto the toes. Okay? Lift through the crown, pull the navel in. See if you can really press through the toes. You can release the hands, bring them to heart center, and bring the heels back down. And we can do that again. Let's inhale, come onto the toes, and notice how you feel like the distribution of the weight on the toes. Just notice. Maybe hands come to heart center. It's just play and practice. So if you wobble out, you should just get back in and then gently lower. All right. We have time for tree pose. Let's do tree pose. Let's shift the weight starting on the right side. Shift the weight to the right side. Okay, we're going to pivot that left foot onto the ankle. So I have a modification here. If you have blocks, and I highly recommend you get a set of blocks. You can find them at Target or Marshall's, or find them online. So one of the things, if you've been doing tree pose for a while with your foot grounded in, with your toes grounded into the floor, and you want to see if you can lift that leg up a little bit more, a nice way to do it and to still feel safe, like you're still grounded in, is by placing the toes on a block and supporting the heel with the calf. So you're doing the same thing, you're just progressing the posture a little bit more by opening up, lifting the leg, and it's opening up the hip just a little bit more. So that's just a demonstration of what is possible and what you can have the opportunity to do and test out. And so now we'll get into tree pose now that I showed you that. Actually, why don't I just do it with the block? All right. So shifting the weight to the right leg, hands come to heart center. Let's focus on something that's not moving. Take a breath here, lift the chest, shifting the weight, nice strong right leg. Let's kickstand that left foot onto the ankle or the calf. So engaging that right leg, pull the navel in. It's okay to wobble out. When you have your balance, reaching for your tree. Perfectly okay to hold on to the chair here. And then we can play with the balance, like where our branches are moving in the wind. Let's bring our hands back to temple. Bring the hands to heart center and release. Beautiful. Other side. So, all right. Let's shift the weight over to the left leg. Nice strong leg. So you're engaging the quad, which is going to lift the kneecap. Or if you have a knee replacement, you can still feel that muscle engage. Okay? Let's shift that weight from here, kickstand that right foot onto the ankle or calf. Lift the chest. Breathing normally. Beautiful, Kristen. Nice balancing. Nice, Lady J. Let's expand. Beautiful. The wind blows. Let's see those branches move. It's okay if you wobble out, you just get back in. Let's bring the hands to temple and then bring them down to heart center and we release. Woo! All right, and then we can shake it out, shake the hips, And then let's do a little shake here of the hands, the arms and the shoulders, the legs, shaking out the feet. You could do the seated too, and then shaking the hips, shaking the shoulders, shaking the head. All right, lifting the arms up. And then from here, let's begin to rotate the wrists. Beautiful. Let's come back to seated. We all love pigeon pose. So let's do seated pigeon. We'll start on the left side, bringing that left foot onto the thigh. Now, this is the posture here. If there's any discomfort, you can bring the ankle to ankle, so right on top of the ankle, or once again, you can use the block and rest the foot on the block. Same things, just flexing the foot. So lots of options with the blocks because we want to make yoga accessible for everyone. And that's what props are for. All right, so let's flex the foot here. Hands on the inner knee, inner ankle. Take a nice deep breath in. Tuck the elbows. Exhale. Let's hinge forward. Slightly tuck the chin, keeping the neck and the spine aligned. Slowly hinging with compassion for what you are feeling at this moment and breathing through those sensations. Take one more round of breath. Exhale it out and gently coming back up slowly. Other side. Again, the same modifications are available. Flexing the foot here, hands rest on the inner knee, inner ankle. Elbows close to the body. Inhale, lengthen. I can already feel it here. Exhale, hinge forward. Slowly, compassionately, slightly tuck the chin. So you want to stop where you feel the spine begin to round and the back begins to round. So you want to keep a nice long spine through the crown. And then let's take another round of breath. And exhale, gently begin to come back up. Let's extend the feet out. Inhale, arms come up for a full body stretch. You can lift the legs up if that feels good. Expand out, and then let's get back into our seated position. Feet hip distance apart, and I'm going to guide you back into a Shavasana to end our practice. Feet nicely grounded in, relaxing the shoulders, softening the gaze or closing your eyes. Once again, hands reflecting what you want to bring in to your practice. With every exhale, softening the shoulders, feeling the hips melt in and feeling that supportedness, feeling safe, feeling yourself connected to heart. Notice if you're clenching your jaw, softening the brows. Enjoy your Shavasana. Reading from the Radiant Sutras 48. In the great joy of seeing a loved one after a long absence, a flash of recognition ignites you. Space becomes charged. The The bond between you shimmers. A surge of delight arises in your being. Beloved, find within you the source of this surge. Melt into that place of upwelling, a wave rolling in a vast ocean of delight. Let's begin to bring awareness back into the body by wiggling the toes and fingers. And when you're ready, joining your hands at heart center and joining me, inviting you to bring your prayer hands up to your third eye as a reminder to think kind thoughts, down in front of our lips as a reminder to speak kind words, and back down in front of our hearts as a reminder to live life full of love, joy, and grace. It is my deepest honor to be here to guide your practice. Bowing to you in the deepest gratitude. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.